everybody, welcome back to Horton's Flower Farm. So it's been a little bit since I last saw you guys. November and December have been very busy. My other profession is I'm a photographer, so November is the busiest month for us. We're doing a lot of holiday photography sessions. I also went away in December for a week. So I am back. I just finished ordering my seed order from Johnny Seeds. All my layouts are done for the season of where every single plant is going. I'm going to share that with you. I ordered from Farmer Bailey's. Everything is set and ready to go. I'm ready to show you the plans, open up my books to you, and tell you exactly how I'm going to set up the farm next year. So let's get started. Okay, so I don't know what even to talk about first. There's so much to tell you. All right, so I have my trusty folder here with all of my plans. So I think the first thing I want to show you is the layout of the farm. I'll talk about last year's layout, what's different, what's changing, the new things that I ordered, and I think it's really exciting. So let me get that out right now to share with you. Okay, so I think I just hold it up. Okay, so if you can see it, here's my layout of my farm. So those are all the rows. It says 12 rows. The last 4 rows are 200-foot rows. So the first 8 rows are 100 feet by 3 feet, and I spaced the plants about 8 inches. So row 1 last year. So row 1 last year was beautiful. It was perfect. It was everything I envisioned. It was Oklahoma Zinnias and Binary Giants. So, and it was mixed colors. That is exactly what I'm doing this year. As you can see on my first row, I'm doing the same exact thing. I love the way that it looked when they first walked in. It was just filled with color. I'll show you a picture of it. So I don't want to change anything. There are other things that are going to be changed. The second row, I'm actually also keeping the same too. The second row was Ageratum, and it was Rudbeckia, some yarrow. So you can see that on the second row. It is Ageratum, Rudbeckia, and yarrow. So the Ageratum I ordered. The Rudbeckia and the yarrow, they did come back last year. The yarrow is a perennial. The Rudbeckia is kind of like hit or miss. I gotta say probably like 50% of it came back last year. If it doesn't come back this year, what I do is I order more and then I fill in the spots where it doesn't come back. But there's a change in that row. If you saw it on there, I am ordering the Trilobia Rudbeckia. So that's something different. I've been doing the Rudbeckia that is the Indian Summer, Sahara, and the Irish Eyes, which I love the Irish Eyes. But I'm trying something a little bit different. So for the fill-in spots where it's going to be filled in, I'm doing the Trilobia. Those are, I'm going to show it right here. Those are the Rudbeckia that are the little tiny heads, and they're used more of a filler than a focal flower. Why did I do this? Because I wanted more filler flower, something that's tinier to go in, because I have a lot of zinnias, the Rudbeckia are focal flowers. I have focal flowers. I want more filler flowers. So that's going to be really pretty. I'm excited about that. I ordered 125 Trilobia, and that was from Farmer Bailey's. Okay, so the next row is row 3. You see it? Celosia, and more Rudbeckia. So the Rudbeckia that's there is still going to be there. The Trilobia, if I need to fill in, we'll fill in there. I am keeping the same exact Celosia in the 3rd row. That was the Krume. See the Krume. Those are the heads that look like they are, people say brains or coral, or I'm keeping them there. That's 210, and that is an order from Farmer Bailey's. Okay, so next row is row 4. And row 4 is, so last year row 4 was the Plume variety. And if you remember in my video, in my videos, and last year the Plume variety did not do well last year. It didn't grow past, like, say, even a foot. It was really short. I don't know if it was due to the grower. It was a different grower. It was, I think, North Carolina Flower Farms. I don't think it was a grower. I think it had to do something with the smoke that we had in May. It didn't respond well and never grew past where it was supposed to. So I am going to be planting that again. I'm just not ordering from the grower because I don't have, there were a lot of things messed up with the order. So I'm going to stick with, actually, I'll tell you those plants who's going to be growing that for me. I'm not growing it. Bailey's is not growing it. I'm having somebody else grow it. I'm actually having a local flower farm grow it for me. I wanted to grow local because I wanted some things just in case. Shipping, I had a lot of problems. If you look back at my videos, shipping was a nightmare. Things were ruined. It was very, very bad. So I cut out one of those sellers completely because it was really bad. Farmer Bailey's was great. They both were great. The other seller refunded me, but I just can't take the chance. So I'm gonna try a local grower as well, just so that'll be easier. So that's 210 of the Plume variety that a local grower will be growing for me. And then in the second half of that row is more Rudbeckia. Yes, I have a lot of Rudbeckia. So that'll be more Rudbeckia, and they will be coming back from last year. Hopefully, if they don't, again, I'll be filling in with Trilobia. So next are the marigolds. Okay, so let's talk about marigolds, because marigolds were and are the easiest flower to grow. But for some reason on my farm, they are getting disease and they are dying to the point where they look like they have been incinerated on fire. And this is due to something that I believe that is in the soil, because they're not supposed to look like this. I even sprayed for them and it didn't do anything. So I was toying around with the idea, crazily, of just building a raised bed just for my marigolds, because the soil would be perfect and then they wouldn't have that disease. That's a huge row to build a raised bed for. I might build just 20-foot raised bed there, just so 20 feet of them would be good. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but some of you might be saying, like, why don't you just get rid of the marigolds? And some people hate marigolds. The problem is I love them and I think they're beautiful. And even though they die back like they look that's set on fire, I still enjoy them when they're in bloom. So I really don't want to get rid of them. So what I might do, and which I did last year, was I actually succession plant them out, which did help. I did half and half. So I did the first half, and then when those died back, I had a whole extra 50 feet. So if you see on my plans, on row 5, you can see right there, I have three succession plantings just to minimize the all at once loss. So my succession plantings would be on July 1st and August 1st. They're very quick to grow. So and the marigolds I'm going to be growing myself. So that's something that I'm going to grow because it's easy, and that's my plan with the marigolds. Okay, row 6 is going to be the same as last year. That was the Gomphrena and the verbena. That's row 6 right here. Except the little change with that are on the colors. Well, not the verbena. The verbena is purple. It's stained purple. The Gomphrena, last year I grew like it was a mixed variety from Johnny's. It was like a lightish purple, white. I was just kind of bored with it. So this year I'm going beautiful. I think it's like fields of strawberries. I'm doing carmine and raspberry. So it's very pink this year. It's going to be different. But yeah, I wanted something a deeper color. To me, it was just too plain and boring. I think if I get more pinks involved, people will pick it more. So yeah, I'm going to be growing 50 feet of the Gomphrena and 50 feet of the verbena, just like last year. Okay, so the next one are the zinnias on row 7. And what am I doing with the zinnias on row 7? So on row 7, this was the change, and this is different. It's going to be zinnias. It's going to be 100 feet of zinnias, but they're going to be succession planted zinnias that I plant in on July 1st, because I need to extend my season a little bit longer. Things died back earlier. I wanted 2 extra weeks really for healthy flowers. Now I made it all the way through. I guess I'd say the flowers really were good until October 14th. The last week where I had the kids' party, it wasn't, that was the 21st. So I would like to extend the season and have beautiful, beautiful strong blooms for that October 14th and 21st where they were like, So this planting of the July 7th is what I'm planning, that I want the planting to be extending the season. And so what I'm doing, what I'm really excited about with this planting is I'm doing an all pink and purple 2 rows of, let's say, Yeah, so how many feet? 200 feet of Benary giants in all different shades of pink, corals, and purples. And there's two reasons why I'm doing that. First reason, the most popular color people pick are the pinks and the purples. My second reason for doing this is because I think I might want to sell to wholesalers. And what colors are most popular to wholesalers are the pinks and purples. So one wholesale florist I had come in last year to pick some flowers, and she went all for the pinks and purples. So this is why I'm also thinking the Gomphrena might be a good idea too. If I want to sell to wholesale, which I might this year, I'm gonna really, this is really gonna be great for them. You know, this is the first year where I'm doing a whole grouping of like 50 pinks, 50 purples. They're gonna all be together. So easy for them to pick off of, popular colors for the floral industry. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm really, really excited about it. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and let you know those colors, because let me get the order from Johnny's and I'll tell you exactly what they are. Hold on one second. Okay, so I brought up the order on my phone. So I ordered, let's see, it was the Benary Giant Purple, the Benary's Giant Bright Pink. It was the Wine, Carmine Rose, Giant Coral, Salmon Rose, and then I did get the Queen Lime series, a mixed variety pack. I got 100 of those. So I actually ordered 100 of each one, and I think it came out to, it was 700 zinnias. So that's a lot of seeds, but I do need that many because I'm doing, again, 200 feet. Yeah, I'm doing 200 feet. So it's gonna be really, really pretty. I'm really excited about that. So those are the zinnias on row 7, and actually those are the zinnias on row 10. And we're gonna get to that because that's actually another succession planting. Row 10 is gonna be succession planting out on August 1st. That sounds super late, right? But if I wanna extend my season, it's gonna be so nice and warm in August and grow those plants so quickly. That's gonna be really nice for October. So I skipped ahead, but row 10, because I'm excited, is gonna be the second succession, a really late succession of zinnias to see if I can extend the season, because zinnias are the main flower there that I need for focal flowers. So that's what's happening. Okay, row 8. Oh, row 8 is exciting. Well, it's all exciting. So row 8 is going to be Cosmos. And okay, so let's talk about Cosmos. I was excited last year for Cosmos. I ordered lemonade and I ordered lemon, and they were gonna come from, I think I ordered them from Farmer Bailey's. They came, they were beautiful. They were strong, healthy plants, put them in the ground. It took forever for them to bloom, which that's like the story with me with the Cosmos. They just take forever to bloom. But they were not like big, strong, like beautiful plants. I don't know, again, if it was the smoke, but I actually, even on the ones that bloomed, on the lemonade and I forget what the other one was, what I just say, pink lemonade, I didn't like the heads on them. They were tiny, they weren't very like, wow. But I did plant a variety, 2 varieties, a couple of them that I loved. And that is all that it's going to be. So it's gonna be the Double Click Bicolor Violet. It was gorgeous. I only planted a couple of them on the farm. I don't even know, I had a couple seeds of them, and I guess I planted them. And then I went with the Cupcake Blush. Oh, so I had like maybe 10 of these on the farm, 10 plants, and they're just so dreamy. So I did it. I went with my favorite ones. They're gonna be magnificent because they were. The couple that I had were beautiful. So they performed, I already know that they performed better than the ones I had last year because they were out there. So fingers crossed that they do perform awesome. So that's row 8 and 9. Oh, row 8. Oh, on row 8. Let me see if you guys can see what I have on row 6, 7, 8. Can you see that? I am putting goldenrod. So I don't hear a lot of you guys planting goldenrod, and goldenrod grows wild around my farm, and it's a yellow variety that grows wild, and I love it. I'll cut it around the outskirts to put in my own bouquets, but my customers don't go around the outskirts. Actually, that's not true. There's a couple places near the sunflowers I had this year where they were cutting the goldenrod, and I was encouraging. I said, go over there. There's some flowers around the outskirts. You can cut that, put the goldenrod in. It's beautiful. It has a really long vase life. And I said it doesn't have pollen in it. Now, some of you may disagree with this. I researched into it, and actually it's a misconception that goldenrod gives allergies with pollen. So it doesn't, and that's what I read. I read a lot about it, so I think it'll be okay. So here's what happened. I went on to, actually I think I ordered it in plugs. I did, from Farmer Bailey's, has the goldenrod in plugs. And they have different varieties, like a light yellow and a white. So I said, now I know you guys are probably thinking nobody likes white, but this is like baby breath white, okay? Kind of like it. So I ordered the light yellow and I ordered the white. And I ordered, how many? I think I ordered 50 or 100. I think I ordered 100. 100 of them, and they're a perennial. So this is a really good investment. And it's gonna be a gorgeous filler. Again, I said I wanted more fillers. This is gonna be really awesome. Okay, so that's the goldenrod. And then on the end of that row, which is row 8, so it's Cosmos, goldenrod, I am bringing back the straw flower. So I said in one of my other videos, I wasn't gonna grow it again because so it has its first bloom, if you're not familiar with the straw flower. It's not a continuous bloomer. It has like a first flush and a second flush, and that second flush usually comes later in the season. So the first flush will come around end of June, beginning of July, if you put it in as a cool flower. And then you gotta wait. You really gotta wait, it's forever. And what happened was the first year, I put it in the first row as you come in, so it kind of like, not upset me, but like there was nothing there for a while, which is why I replaced it with all the zinnias. But my idea was like, okay, so Claudette, it still will have its beautiful second flush. Just don't put it at the front because it's not gonna have a flower for a while for the second flush. So I put it in row 8 towards the back so that it can make its beautiful first flush. It's okay in the back, it's got the greenery, and then we'll have a nice second flush because people really did love it and I really did love it. So I'm doing 100, and what question is, which one am I doing? What color am I doing? I don't even know, let me see. I ordered so many things. Okay, I'm doing the apricot peach mix. I have my right in front of me here. Apricot peach mix, so that's what's going there. Okay. Next row or more cosmos. So this is how I like to plant cosmos for photography purposes, because I'm a photographer and I take pictures on the farm of clients. So I want the cosmos in 2 rows so that people can stand and it's this whimsical look. So it's, let me see, like 33 feet on the front on row 7 and 8 of the cosmos, so that they're next to each other. So that is just the same. That's the cupcake, the bicolor violet, double clicks. Okay, on row 9, ooh, this is a new one, yay. And I'm getting, let me show you. Row 9, it's right there. Can you see what it says? Jewels of Opar. What is a jewel of Opar? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna show a picture of what a jewel of Opar is. So this is a filler flower. So yeah, I'm going more towards a little bit more filler flowers. Changing up a bit. So this filler flower blooms out like berries. It's whimsical. It'll give an awesome fall look in September and October, and I'm really excited about it. So this is gonna be ordered, it has already been ordered, 125 as plugs from Farmer Bailey's, and I'm really excited about this. Gonna try it out. Is it a perennial? Let me think. I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Okay, so for me, it's an annual. If you're in the warmer zones, I'm in zone 7. So if you're in the warmer zones, yay for you. It is a perennial, so I would suggest it. But for us, it's not in zone 7. So I gotta buy it again next year. But it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so row 9. Oh, on the end of row 9, on the end of row 9, I'm bringing back a flower I said I wasn't gonna bring back. It's kind of like the same thing. Do you see a trend here? All the flowers I'm bringing back, I'm putting like at the end of the row, because if it bothered me a little bit, it's at the end of the row. So I'm gonna put amaranth, and amaranth, it doesn't bother me. People didn't pick it as much, but here's the thing. I wanna put it in my own bouquets, so I am putting 100 of them. So I'm putting 100 of, let's see, red spike, and that's it. It's just red spike. I love the red spike. So I am bringing back some amaranth, and we'll see if people pick it. If not, I'm gonna pick it, so whatever. Okay, so row 10. Okay, we're at row 10. So row 10 are, oh, that's why I bought so many zinnias, because these are the rows that have, is it 4 rows? Like, I can't even remember my own farm. I think it's just 2 rows that have 200 feet. Okay, so this is the succession planting of, where am I at? These zinnias on row 10. Row 10. See it? Oh, no, there it is. So row 10, so more zinnias. You can see the succession date I put on that as August 1st. Sounds really late. It sounds really scary, like, oh no, what if they don't grow in time? But they will. They will go in, it'll be really hot August, it'll cool down September, and I think it'll have like 6 nice weeks of like warm weather to get those zinnias blooming. So once they hit that hot air in August, I think they're just gonna start blooming. So we're gonna see. That is a test, and I think that that's what has to be done to extend my season so that I have blooms into October, so everything doesn't die back in, you know, the first week of October. So that's what we're trying out there. Okay, row 11. Row 11, I'm doing more Celosia. Whoa, look at this. Row 11, Celosia. So you're probably saying like, well, you already talked about 2 rows. You already had 2 rows of Celosia. This is like more Celosia. So if you remember in other videos, or if you're new, I talked about how Celosia is one of the most popular flowers to pick on my farm. So I want to add more, but I want to add more variety. So I'm just looking at my phone. I'm going to tell you what those are, because I ordered a lot of different things. So I ordered the purple, Selway purple. It is like a little fluffy head at the top. It's not like the big plume, so it's very fillerish. Just little delicate flowers. I ordered the flamingo purple. The flamingo purple is interesting because I really like the greenery on the flamingo purple. It's different than the flamingo feather, the greenery, and I just thought it was visually just a little bit more interesting. So I'm gonna try it out. And are those the 2 I ordered there? And then I also ordered more Pampas Plume. I ordered a Sunday mix and a Pampas Plume. So those 2 different varieties. I think that's it on those. Oh no, I also ordered the flamingo feather. I couldn't resist what I did. I ordered that too. Okay, I'm looking through my order here and I'm laughing because there are things I ordered on here which I didn't put in my plans yet. So I guess we're gonna go over them. I didn't leave room. Oh, look at this, I ordered, so wait a second. So the zinnias, I actually ordered a Cinderella peach. Did you guys ever grow Cinderella? Well, I didn't, and I want to try it out. So I'm just looking at my order here. Okay, so then I'm gonna mention a couple more things, but that was Celosia. So in that row, oh yes, because I wrote it as Celosia, and that's on the 200-foot row. So actually, I have room for it there because I didn't order enough Celosia for that row. So surprise on number 11. Here are my surprise flowers. I was on Johnny's and I said, all right, I want to order some more things. So here's what I'm trying. I'm doing the wild marjoram, and that is an herb, but it flowers purple, and it's a perennial. So I'm going to try that. I'm also trying, I wanted to order the Nigella seeds in blue. If you ever grew the Nigella seeds before, they make these beautiful pod heads on the top, and they're a gorgeous filler. They're very texturally different. This one is a blue variety. I grew like a purple variety. Actually, I didn't really grow them on the farm. I grew them actually in my own house, and they are beautiful. They're more of a cool temperature bloomer, but when you let them go to pod, you can use them as the pod. So once it goes to pod, that'll be pretty. And I ordered, how many of those did I order? Oh, they come in like 500. It's like tiny little seeds. So I'm gonna try that out. What else? Oh, I actually ordered Winged Everlasting Amobium seeds. So I want to try that out as another filler. I'm crazy. I ordered more things as I say I'm gonna make it easy, but I'm not. This is what happens. I want to try stuff, but it's exciting to try new things. So that's what's going to be there. Okay, let me just see. There's something cool happening in the last row. All right, so you guys ready? Here. Okay, so last row, row 12, which is right there. Row 12 are going to be, drum roll please, perennial sunflowers. So have you ever grown perennial sunflowers? I have not grown perennial sunflowers, but I hear good things about them, and they're perennial, and they're another filler type flower because they're kind of like a trilobia. They have a lot of different heads on the stems. They get very tall. I think they can be up to like 6 feet tall. So I think it would be very cool to look at, very pretty, and I'm just want to tell you the name of it. Okay, it's the Maximilian, and that is the perennial sunflower. So we're gonna see how that goes. It's exciting to try something new. I just figured instead of planting more succession plants of sunflowers, which I get burnt out, I'd have something like this that's a little bit later of a bloomer, so that's really cool. And then also in that row, I'm doing a Mexican sunflower. So a Mexican sunflower, if you haven't seen it, it is like an orange type flower. It actually almost looks like a zinnia. If you can, like, you'll see if you look it up. I'll post a picture over here. It looks kind of like a zinnia to me. So I'm excited. I think it's also a later type bloomer. So these things that are later that will bring me into the season of the fall are great because my farm, it falls apart in the fall. My marigolds are all dead. Stuff gets diseased. The Rebecca were a little bit better, but again, they don't flush really for me. They start getting the powdery mildew, so that dies back. So I was really looking for things that don't do that. That's why I was like, the goldenrod stays pretty well. So that is the plan for row 12. Okay, now, I changed the location of my sunflowers. So I'm still, right, you're thinking, I didn't mention any sunflowers yet, but I am still doing sunflowers. They just got moved to, there were 3 rows, which I did it this year on my farm. They're like 70-foot rows, and they will have this succession of sunflowers. And they are going to have just same ones as last year. My favorite one is the Gold Light Pro Cut. But I know that that's not everyone's favorite one, even though, did I order 500? Yeah, I did. I guess I really love it. So 500 of the Gold Light. I ordered 500 of the Pro Cut Orange, and I ordered 100 of the White Knight because I love the White Knight. I really, really love it. So those will be the succession. And how many is that total? Like 1,100 sunflowers. And I think I'm only going to be planting in about 200 a week or something like that. Or maybe I'll do 400 every other week. We'll see. Okay, guys, so that's my plan for next year. So I'd say a good amount of change of new things to try new things. And I thought like I was gonna leave it exactly the way it was. I was happy with it. But I feel like as like farmers, we wanna try new things and try to make it even better. So the goals for next year are to have these, to really extend the season until October. My vision of this purple and pink zinnias, like the patch back there with the pink cupcake and bicolor. It's just gonna be a sea of like pink and purple. I envision it's beautiful. And then my tall sunflowers, perennial in the back. So I can see all of it in my head. I'm really excited. And I didn't even talk about the cottage garden yet. So let me just mention that quickly. So the cottage garden was beautiful last year. And what I did basically was I took, of all these little seedling trays and things, I basically took everything that I had in my farm and put it in the cottage garden in different places, and it was mixed and it was beautiful, and that's what's going to be happening again. I do want to add, oh, you might be wondering if I'm doing dahlias this year, because I did them last year. I had a 50-foot row. I am, but in the cottage garden, because they don't do well on the farm. They don't grow as much, but they did grow very well in the soil in the cottage garden. So there will be, I'm hoping for 2 full beds, 10 by 3-foot beds of just dahlias. I want to do more. We're going to see what the cottage garden has to offer this year, because I have a couple different ideas. So we'll think. We'll think what we're gonna do there. That's always kind of like, it was a last minute thing last year, but I have some plans. I bought some calendula because I can grow it back there a little bit better. So yeah, I have little things, little surprises for the cottage garden. All right, guys, it was amazing talking to you guys and telling you my exciting plans because I'm really, really excited, and it's gonna be seed starting time soon. So hang in there. We're a couple weeks away if you're starting flowers early in January. Have a wonderful, happy new year. And I'm excited for next year, the 2024 growing season. It's gonna be a really fun year. I'll see you guys soon.